Makers, let's get into this. Okay, firstly, very simply, I think it's only right that we introduce, well, you introduce yourselves. These lot probably, they all know me from yesterday. But if you'd like to introduce yourself and what you do at Makers.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Eleanora Verdinelli and I work as a marketing account in Mkers. I don't know if you know the company is an esports and gaming company in Italy. The company has been founded in 2017 and it's the first joint stock company in Italy of the sector. So we are really happy to make things different for Italy, especially by starting with us.
And
hello, thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Giuseppe Pesce. I'm an international business lawyer and FIFA agent. I'm the co-owner and chief operating officer of the agency WePlay Sports, an Italian-based agency that mainly works in Italy but also at international level. We manage rising stars in Italy and yeah, we intermediate players at international level. Thank you.
Okay, so you're an agent, Giuseppe. What's the correlation then from being a FIFA agent to Makers, the esports company?
Yeah, when we cooperate with Makers and when we've been asked to cooperate with them regarding this new initiative and this that is named WePlay with DAZN, for sure we were really excited because we do believe that the esports industry is growing and it can become also a good asset for football industry for sure, and it's a reality. And so we have been asked to involve some of our players, and we accepted because our players are really involved in gaming, and they really like to play. And we had also the opportunity to involve also some clubs like Besiktas in Turkey.
Yeah, big club.
And that's why I think that it was really nice to do this step because also the player that we involved, that is Coyote from Fiorentina, he was really excited to participate and to also speak about his passion for gaming because yeah, for sure it's something that is it was really interesting to talk about this in a view of a professional football player, describing what are the view also as a guy that not only plays but understands what is the interesting part of this industry, because there are a lot of players that are investing also in esports, so it's something that is starting to become also an investment asset, and yeah, so that's it. We accept to do this for this.
Did you want to follow on there, Eleanor, about I suppose the game and how big it is in? Since I like to game as well, but I think nowadays it's massive between footballers. Is that why you had the partnership?
Yeah. So we have already collaborated with clubs, joining and demonstrating the fact that gaming is already connected with the soccer industry. So, for example, we are launching this format that Giuseppe already said, which is WePlay. In this format, we want to explain how gaming is contaminating and influencing the football industry. So from different perspectives, so from the people and football legends who was venturing into esports, like for example, some guests are Ruud Gullit and Daniele De Rossi, who is the head coach of AS Roma, and also other football players and footballers of Italian clubs. And also we involved, as Giuseppe said, Besiktas and Atletico Madrid to understand and to make people better know how gaming can be an asset for a football club. So from the marketing and commercial point of view. So I think it's really big because it's also the first format that will be out in Italy about this the sector.
Okay, can you just give me a little bit more insight to the Makers then, or WePlay? So is it a game? Is it NFTs on the game? Can you buy, is it like you play a match, or do you have players on there? Like, what's like the interface look like, just for people that may not have seen it?
So it's more like a docu-series on which we can explain the reason why football legends has venture into esports. So what are the really primary reason only for the economical part that makes them justify such an investment? Because esports and gaming is a sector that is coming right now to the, I think, the higher part, so it's exploiting within the industry. And we think that there can be a really good link between esports and football. And so we think that through this guest, we can really explain how people can and see the sector.
Have you worked with many football clubs, or is it just, you know, you got Besiktas, but is there other football clubs that you've partnered with already? Is there some in the pipeline?
Yeah, we already work with Atletico Madrid as well. So we do with them a tournament, so the community tournament, because we collaborate with them to make better investment in their asset, in the esports asset. So we do consultancy for them, and we also managed to do this tournament. The idea was to generate lead through gaming, because now people, especially football fans, are engaging in a totally different way from before. And so we think that through a tournament and the community tournament is possible to generate new leads, so reach different marketing objectives, but at the same time you can also target new people. So there are the football fans who are already fidelized and engaged, and there are the esports and gaming fans that see the entertainment and link in this way with the other football fans. And also with Inter, so we do a community tournament on the video game title Fortnite. I know.
Yes, I know as well.
Yeah, and it was a community tournament done to engage and improve the fan engagement. So we wanted to, they wanted to just engage them in a different, totally way. So we do this innovative content that can engage them outside the pitch and outside the football scenario.
What's the future looking like for both of you? What do you see? How do you see it going? Do you see esports really taking over? Because I think the Fortnite thing gets a lot of the younger generation involved, and is that the benefits of you know, having an esports company?
Yeah, because we target the younger generation. So we the core target of our company is Gen Z. There are also millennial and Gen and younger kids, but so this is our core target. So we use the gaming as a language to create experiences for football clubs, innovative content for football clubs. But also we use it to educate, because we also collaborated with football schools in Italy to make things easier, because we think that you can understand and educate young kids through sport, but also through gaming. Yeah. Because it's the same, so there is also teamwork in gaming.
That makes sense. Giuseppe, you know, you've brought some major players into, you know, Mkers. Was it difficult to kind of pitch to the players this, or was it quite simple? Because like you said, it's a lot of the players do game. Was it easy? Was it quite a simple task, or was it quite difficult to convince them to be part of this?
No, it was really simple, but when we explained it to them, the project, I think that it was really important to explain them what is the real goal of the project. Like Eleanora was saying, the educational target. Yeah. That is really important. Usually, when we think also in football about gaming, it's like ludopathy or something like that. It is not, you know, an advantage. So it's that's why it's really important to focus also on the real focus on the project that is like educational, and also how to let them understand what would be the importance to associate their image to a project like that. So when we accept to do this, for sure, for the player, was really simple to enter in this environment, and to explain and to speak about his experience and his way to see this industry. It's an industry that is growing. Is facing, for example, in Italy, not an easy legal framework. So it means also in terms of protections of the pro players, and so it's developing. And together with this, we are trying also to create a good path to explain to our clients what could be also a good usage of the gaming, and how to develop also their image, and maybe in the next step of their careers, how to invest also in an esports company. So that's really important.
That makes sense. Now, I'm part of that Gen Z bracket. For you as an agent, Did you have to like learn this new space? Is it quite? Are you going through the process of understanding it as well, or when with esports?
Yeah, of course, I play it. I like to play also. I like to play also, but yeah, of course, I like to follow also the legal framework, because I'm also a business lawyer, and I'm following all the steps that this industry is taking to be recognized not only as a important business sector, but also as a legal framework and based on rules that can allow the companies that invest, the investors, and also the players to be protected. So that's really important. So that's I follow, and we strongly believe, as also as an agency, that could be something to follow in parallel to our core activity. That's for sure. It's to manage players and to follow them in a long-term career path. So that's for sure.
Well, hats off to you, because I've been a player as well. I've been a professional footballer, and I had agents that. There's things I wanted to do, but the agents didn't really have an understanding of that field. So it's nice that I'm assuming you're supporting the players and saying this is a good avenue to go down. And like you said, players can invest in it later down the line. They might have their own esports companies, and you're getting ahead of the curve. So fair play, and it's amazing what you're being part of. The WePlay and DAZN partnership through Makers, how did that come about? Because that's a big deal, the docu-series. So how did that come about?
Yeah, so it has a really big deal, because we decided to do these things. This is pioneering in Italy, because it's the first format like that. Because we wanted to also target a mainstream audience. We wanted to make people really understand and get the importance of gaming, especially with also some news that maybe people didn't know. So, for example, some of the Italian footballers who participate in the series, like also Daniele De Rossi, are investors in our company. Right. So they understood the visionary approach of Makers, so some years before others. And so we think that even if this is a secondary part of their career, they are really into this changing. And we wanted to make this mainstream with DAZN, which is an OTT platform in Italy. I don't know if you have it in that here. In the Netherlands.
We have it. Well, I'm in the UK. We have to.
In the UK.
It's
in
massive,
the Netherlands, I think no.
Massive channel.
So we wanted to make sure, and also because DAZN in Italy, they broadcasting everything related to soccer. So it will be, and it's the best platform to make sure that we can link football fans to gaming.
So the DAZN, the docu-series, would it be aired across the whole, well, for the platforms around the world that DAZN operate in? So obviously in the UK, we have DAZN. Will we be able to watch it from the UK, or is it just solely DAZN, like Netflix, is it just solely in Italy that we'll be able to watch it?
Right now, we're gonna launch it in Italy, but maybe, who knows, in the future.
Hopefully we'll be able to watch it. If anyone here has a VPN, you can change it to Italy and probably get to see that docu-series, because that's what I'll be doing. But don't tell anyone. I want to ask you, is there plans for the future then to go forward and try and expand from just out of Italy and to get more clubs? I know Besiktas is not in Italy, but is that the plan, to go to more clubs around the world and become partners with them?
Yeah. So we want to make an internalization process, but from the different points of view, because we have also Team Esports, which is international. So we only compete in Northern American circuit, and we are going, for example, to Riyadh for the Esports World Cup. So from also the esports part, we want to be internationalized, and this is related to the fact that we want to be internationalized with football clubs. So we want to target football clubs who see this innovative approach to esports and gaming, and can also invest in esports and gaming as a really commercial asset. Because as we know by our relationship and our collaboration, esports can be a really different and changing feature for football clubs. So we are looking for new perspective, because we are trying to also create innovative content for football clubs. And maybe, who knows, so right now football clubs who target Gen Z can be a really interesting future partner. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think going down the esports route is definitely right. It's definitely what the Gen Z audience are looking at. I mean, in the UK, there's a lot of gamers, there's a lot of Twitch streamers, and I mean, I watch them as well, so I understand it's the right angle to go down. But I need to ask you, in Italy, because to me, it is still Makers is quite, for me, a new company. Obviously, I learned about it through being here at SoccerX. Is there much competition in your field? Do you know of other competitors in Italy that are doing this, or do you feel like you're quite the new brand on the block doing this?
There is a lot of esports companies in Italy, but the difference is that Makers is really established in the market. So we are the first joint stock company, so we have a brand identity and brand positioning that makes us feel like the first one leading in Italy. But we don't want to just make sure that we are like leading in Italy. We want to make it international. So this is the difference. We are not trying only to focusing on the Italian market, but we are wanted to focus on the international market.
Giuseppe, when you have meetings with the players around Makers, is it just to be involved in the app, to play, to be part of it, or is it to maybe invest, or do you have different conversations? Or is it just the gaming side? Because obviously the young generation, either of players, will enjoy the gaming side, or do you have conversations about this is the next thing? I think it'll be good investment as well for you as a player.
Yeah, of course. No, usually talking about now, in this, for example, with Coyote, is a young player, so we were not talking about him with for the investment, for sure. We were talking about it to talk about his personal experience with gaming, because there is a big passion for that. We know that, he has to be concentrated on trainings, and you were a football player, and that's really important. But it's really important, like you say, the presentation says that educating on sports value through gaming. It can be a language, and we do believe that also talking with the players in a constructing way regarding the development of this industry can be something that, for sure, it's not our job, because we manage players, and and we sometimes we advise about them, but we don't want to be involved in their choice. They decide. We can suggest them for sure what to do in their future, but for sure express their opinion regarding an industry can be also interesting, and of course it's something that we are doing, and with Makers we start to do this, and we are really happy for this.
That's very true. Eleanor, let's stick on this, on educating on sports values through gaming. Educate me a little bit more on how Makers can educate the players as well through the app, through Makers, because for me, gaming, it's my release, it's my relaxing time, and I like to game a lot, and then I also used to play football as well, but gaming for me was kind of the switch off time. So how does it educate through Makers? How do you educate the players?
We educate the players because we think that esports is like a normal sport. So, and gaming is the same. So you are with a pad on your hand, but you have other teammates. So you are going to work and educate them through the teamwork, and also respecting other people. And the education comes also from the part that you can develop soft skills from gaming as well. So for example, just managing stress, or managing something, managing differences. And this is something that you can do with soccer, but you can do as well as with gaming. So we think that educating people, and especially young kids, with gaming is an alternative and innovative way to entertain them, because they love gaming. So young kids love gaming, and they love to play video games with their comp, with other mates, and we think that it can be really important to educate them through gaming, also because gaming and esports is becoming a new and giving new professional. So there is a new professional path that come from gaming and esports. So they need to be educated also to understand the younger generation have a possibility to be involved in such a sector.
Yeah, I think what you touched on there is it's a release. I think sometimes when you go to training, you might have a bad day, coming home, getting on esports. I think that's a nice relax mentally as well. How far can it go? Can it go to a stage where footballers are playing their games and playing the esports with fans and there's communication there, do you think that can get to that stage, or there's like tournaments with players at clubs and also just, yeah, like a regular fan? Do you think that's where it can go? Like there'll be massive tournaments through maybe Makers. Do you think is that something in the plans for the future?
Yeah, that's the plan for future, yeah. We really wanted to make esports and gaming like a really normal sport, like it's football. So maybe with an arena, with something that people, they can go and compete and they can be together. And regarding this thing, in fact, we try to make things innovative, but also connected with the part of football for scouting. So for football, do you have white scout to searching and analyzing players? We are trying to do the same with esports. So this is a platform, escout.gg, that we are going to launch from the Saudi Arabia Esports World Cup with a teaser campaign that wants to scout and trying to make things easier, like for esports manager as well. So to scouting people and searching people internationally. Nice. So we are trying to really connect the two worlds who are not so different. Also because esports is part of everything. So we are trying to really make and see the analogies and common things between football and esports and gaming.
Thank you very much. It's very fascinating. It's the landscape of football. Since I've been at this event, from yesterday to today, it's changing quite quickly. It's amazing to see. I was on panels yesterday about data and AI, and I was like, wow. And then now it's like esports, and I think you're right. All of this is happening. We are seeing it unfold, but it's very much prominent when I come to here and you hear about it. There's loads of companies and involvement in it. I am going to open the floor as we round up this panel for any questions. If there's anyone in the room that would like to ask any questions around esports or Makers, just raise your hand now. No worries. If not, anyone, any questions? No? Okay, well, fine. Well, I want to say thank you to both of you for joining me on this panel as well. And Makers sounds amazing and a great company, so thank you very much. I'll be keeping an eye out for the docu-series as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you very much. Join me in a round of applause, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank
panelists.
you.
Thank you very much.